My journey began when I was a young girl, probably around the age of 5 or 6 years old. My mum started to notice me really prancing around the front room, and every time there was music playing, I would be sort of just moving about to it. I literally used to dance around in circles. She could see that I clearly like to move my body and dance, so she thought, okay, let's try putting her into dance school. She sent me to dance school, and I actually went with my god sister at that time, but we weren't very well behaved. We didn't really pay attention in dance classes, and we kind of mucked about a bit. In the end, my mum sort of took me out. I still would be moving about in the front room, and whilst my mum was cooking in the kitchen, I'd be dancing around her feet, and if there was music playing in the house, I'd be dancing. So my mum was like, right, let's try again. But this time she set me on my own, and it was about 8 years old that I went back, and that's when I actually concentrated. She sent me to my local dance school, a dance school called Edna May Dance, and that's where I started my training. I did ballet, tap, modern jazz. It was ISTD dance, which stands for the Imperial Society of Teachers of Dancing. So I did exams, got qualifications and certificates in it. We did shows with the dance school. It was just loads of fun. I did that until about the age of 16 years old. I loved it. Dance has been a passion of mine for clearly many years. I have been in the industry for a while now. I've been in the industry for a long time. My favourite thing to do is tour. I think I've been on 11 tours in my career to date. That's been with X Factor, with Girls Aloud, and with there was a TV show called The Big Reunion, where they got all the old school bands from the 90s and they put them on tour. Toured with those types of companies, and it's just such a great vibe. Such a great vibe. Being on stage, live shows every night, massive crowds, great venues, like dancing alongside some of my favourite peers to dance next to, not only friends but also inspirations to myself, and actually getting to do my passion as a career and get paid for what I do. It's been a great thing for me in my life. There's no greater feeling than when you get to do something that you love. TV work is never boring, put it that way. It's fast paced, it is high pressured, but you do get a lot out of it, and it challenges yourself as a dancer and as a person, because you've got to be so on the ball, because things are constantly changing all the time. This new series that I'm on called The Masked Singer, we basically filmed a 2-month show in 3 weeks. So it's, you've got to really push yourself to be on your best game. So I've had the opportunity to dance for some major choreographers that have choreographed for some major artists that I've danced for. Me being able to dance aside from work, it just creates this sense of joy. Definitely makes me happy, makes me smile a lot, and it does a lot for my soul. Dancing is something that not only does it keep me in shape and keeps me ticking over, it's good for my soul, it's good for my inner being. There's many people I've met over the years being a dancer. I've met some of my closest friends, one of them being a good friend of mine who I actually run my business with, called The She Project. We're co-founders of The She Project. But she is someone I actually started out with, when I first sort of came into the commercial dance industry when I was about 21, something like that. We met each other at the same time. And all these years on, we're still here, we're still working dancers in the industry, and now we've set up our own business, and we've got well over a decade of friendship out of it. I've met people from all walks of life through dance. I've also met people that I never thought I would ever meet through dance. That's on jobs, be it here in the UK or here abroad. The connections that I've made have been amazing. Dance touches people's lives in very different ways. Dance can be such a personal thing for individuals. Everyone has their own journey, everyone has their own path with it, everyone has their own, reasons for loving dance and for doing what they want to do, either a career or a hobby alone. And especially through my teaching, for the people that I've taught over the years, people that I've seen, come into some of my classes, and the journey that they've had after a while of keep training and keep coming to class, it's been crazy. I've seen people's confidence levels when they come to class. Confidence levels are so low and self-esteem is low, and And then it's like people just become a different person. They completely feel free to let themselves go, you know, lose their inhibitions. It's always about having a safe environment to be able to feel free to dance without anyone judging. You know, it's all about you being able to do what you love and dance and train in a safe, happy environment. It helps people very personally as well. You know, sometimes people are going through issues and people obviously don't really talk about it as much, but I've had people come up to me and say, you know, Kelechi, after your classes, it's just made me feel so much better in myself. You know, I might have been going through certain issues, but by doing your class, I feel a new lease of life and a new sense of confidence. I'm not saying that, you know, my classes are like life changer or anything like that. That's not what it is, but it's just the fact that for however long the class is, for that moment in time, it's amazing to see the change that it has in some people. Dance can definitely affect your life, help you get through any kind of times you might be going through. So dance is great for that.